Hey guys, what's up? I am starting a new series called Open Book, and what it is basically going to talk about is me being transparent, authentic with you guys, and sharing with you some of the things that I don't think people know about real estate or our industry or our jobs and all sorts of stuff like that. So I wanted to open up this series talking about loyalty because that's important to me. And it's something that I want every future client, past client, current client to know that that's something that I cherish. And so this is what I'm doing. I'm basically going to be sharing with you guys an open book. And so some of these things are going to be hard to talk about. Some of these things are going to be difficult to be transparent with you. But I feel like this is going to better the relationship between all of us. And it gives the audience an idea of everything that goes on behind closed doors, which we don't typically like to talk about all the time. And so today, loyalty comes to view in the conversation. And so what I mean by loyalty is this. I want to do my business with loyal people. And I expect the same from my clients. I expect my clients to be loyal to me. So when they're thinking about going to buy or sell their home, if they've done business with me before, I would hope that we've built and established that relationship where they trust me enough and I did a good enough job the previous time that they would call me up to do it a second time. That would be the goal, right? That's all of our goals as we think about doing business and stuff with other people. But what people don't know and what things are kind of setting realtors on fire sometimes are some of the things that maybe some people don't know as it relates to real estate etiquette. And so I want to kind of talk about that today, specifically as it relates to online leads. And we all know who those two major platforms are. It's Zillow, it's Realtor.com, right? And so here's the thing that comes to the minds of people from a real estate standpoint and how we deal with that moving forward. So if you know anything about me, you know I'm a man of integrity. You know that my character is very important to me. My reputation is very important to me. And so as it relates to online leads, so for some of you that don't know, if you go to Zillow and you go to Realtor, right, and you look at a house and you see something that you like, you click on that and you basically ask for more information. What you don't know is that there are realtors and other people that pay Zillow or Realtor.com for that specific zip code. And so basically what happens is once that lead or that person, you, clicks on that house that you're interested in, your information now gets sent to a realtor. And that realtor follows up and calls you, as they probably should, and they try to set up an appointment. Now, here's where etiquette and loyalty comes into play, right? From a real estate standpoint and an agent standpoint and your standpoint. So if it's me and I'm calling a Realtor.com lead or a Zillow lead, one of my first questions that I'm asking is, are you currently working with another agent? Why do I ask that question? I ask that question because it's important to me to know that if that person is currently working with another real estate agent, that I want to basically make sure that I'm communicating with that other real estate agent that their client has just called and wanted to set up an appointment at a current address. Do all agents do this? Absolutely not. Do we get stabbed in the back a lot? Yes. Because some agents and some people out there don't care if you're working with another agent. They just want the transaction and they want the deal, right? For me, that's not how I function. That's not how I work. And that's not how I do business. So what I do is I call up that agent after I get off the phone and I say, hey, your client so-and-so just called me. They're interested in seeing this house. And if you're out of town or whatever, I'm more than happy to show them that house. But I want you to know if they write up, you're going to get credit for it. And I'm going to pass that lead or that client off to you because you've been working with them. Now, why do I do that? Well, again, loyalty goes back to it because I want to stay loyal and not burn any bridges with any other agents because that's my job. I work with agents on a daily basis and I want to do the right thing. The second reason I do that is because I want to make sure that that agent gets paid for the time and effort that they've put into that client. Now, here's where it's going to get real a little bit. I know there's a lot of people out there that think all we do is buy and sell homes, but that's not true. That's probably 10, 25% of what we do. The other 75% of what we do is we continue to build relationships. At least I do. And the really good agents do that. And so what I mean by that is there's a lot of time and energy that goes into building a relationship and trust with people. And so there's a lot of phone calls, there's a lot of text messages, there's a lot of meeting for coffee, there's a lot of lunches, dinners, whatever you want to say to develop that relationship and deepen it and make it stronger happens all the time. So again, we're building that relationship with past, present, and future clients. So why is it important that I call that agent? Because I know that that agent might have already put in 20 to 30 plus hours of building and establishing that relationship for that person. So I know it's important that they would get paid for the amount of time and effort that they've put into that relationship. It only makes sense. Now, like I said, there's other agents out there that don't do that, but again, that's not how I do business. I know there's a lot of people that don't know how that works. And actually, it's happened this past summer a couple times to me where I've been working and showing houses to clients. I've been communicating with clients, whether that's via Facebook, whether that's text, phone calls, whatever, you name it. And then come to find out, they went and bought a house, and they bought the house because they found it on Zillow or Realtor, and that agent told them, hey, if you want this house, you're going to have to write up now, and so we should write up. And they're like, well, some of them have said, well, we're working with Ryan, and they're like, oh, well, you can call Ryan, but if you really want the house, we're going to have to write up now. And so they plant that seed of, well, I really want the house, so I guess we'll write up with you, not knowing that now I'm out of a commission, and now that person that hasn't put any time into this client whatsoever except for the fact of following up with them because they clicked on a house that they wanted to go see, now they're getting the commission out of that. And so you can see where that kind of frustrates an agent like myself or someone else when we feel like a client has left us to go write up on a Zillow or Realtor or whatever other online lead that they found without getting notified of it. But there's the other side, right? So now that's why I'm doing these videos and I'm being transparent and upfront with everyone to educate you so that you understand how the behind the scenes works, right? So if you are a person that is currently working with an agent, and you have been, the best thing to do if you find something online is to contact that agent and say, hey, I was looking on Zillow, I was looking on Realtor, here's a house that we really want to go see. We're wondering if you could set that up for us. That's how you combat and how you come up with a resolution to that problem. So then that agent doesn't feel like they were stabbed in the back, or that agent doesn't get mad because that client went off and wrote with someone else, but you eliminate all those things, right? Now, I also get that there's agents out there that we've all worked with before, and we think to ourselves, I don't want to work with that person. So we basically make the decision to go off and try to find another person or whatever. That's totally fine, okay? I'm not saying if you're working with someone and you don't get along with them that you still have to go ride up with that person. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is if you have been working with someone and they've shown you houses and they've been taking your phone calls and they've been texting you and Facebooking you and staying in communication, know that that all takes time and energy from our part, and we don't get paid for that, right? We only get paid when we close on a house. And so if I'm being real with you, now you can see that that's why some of us agents get mad or upset and feel like we've lost out because of all the time and energy we've put into someone, and then somebody else basically takes that money out of our pocket to write up on an offer. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that doesn't come off as me being bitter or upset or any of that. That's not the case whatsoever. What is the case is that I found out that between things that have happened to me and other conversations I've had with other coworkers and friends, that it's happened to them too. And so I figured, why not do a video on it and educate everyone? So that's the thing, loyalty. Keep that in mind as you do business and as you look for a house moving forward. Please stay loyal to the agents that you're working with, unless, like I said, something came up. Maybe you had a bad experience. Maybe they're not communicating back and forth with you. Maybe they're not getting back to you. I completely understand that. Then I think it's okay to go back and to basically find somebody else or find someone that's going to suit your needs, right? Because our jobs are to look out for your best interest and to ensure that we are doing the best we can to help protect you and help you find what you're looking for, right? And so if that's not happening, then of course, go find someone else that is going to take care of you and that is going to do their job for you. But again, just remember loyalty. Stay loyal. If you do find something or you've got a friend, sometimes another one that's come up is, oh, well, my friend is a for sale by owner and didn't want to pay out a commission. That's okay. You can still tell them that we still want to be represented and protected by our agent. And so, he would expect to get 2.5% to 3% to represent us. And that's what we choose. And I've even had some clients, so thank you for those of you out there, you know who you are, that have said that have found a for sale by owner. And then they've called me, we've went over there, we've looked at the house, or they've gone and looked at the house and then they call me and say, hey, we want to write up on this property, but we don't want to do it unless we know you're going to get paid. That's loyalty. That's knowing that they recognize the amount of time and energy that I've put into helping them and representing them and taking them out to go look at houses in order to get a paycheck at the end, right? Because again, we don't get paid until you close on that house. So yeah, there's a lot of times where I work 60 to 100 hours on one client. And when I lose that client, when something like that happens or they don't buy, I mean, that's a lot of time, right? But it's a part of the business too. So that's the reality of our jobs as well. So anyways, if you guys have questions on that, if you have any sorts of comments or stories to tell or whatever the case is there, please comment below. Let me know. Again, I want to continue to grow and learn and become more knowledgeable on how I can benefit you, the client out there, to be a better representation of myself and for you and for the real estate agent, right? And so if that is you and you've got things to say or things to add, please do so. I am open to that. That is Series 101 right there, the first one in Open Book. I've got more for you, trust me. I've got like 15 to 20 other videos that I plan on doing for you to be transparent and open and sharing those things with you. Thanks, guys. Please comment below. Please let me know what you think. We'll talk to you soon. And as always, love you guys.